actually kick in. Hello and welcome back to Calculus 3 final exam review. So, question is, what is going to be there on the final, right? And the answer is my questions and hopefully your answers, right? Is it going to start soon? We don't know. Where?
To show up.
I don't see anywhere.
Refresh the page.
Oh.
Just go to your channel, it'll pop up.
Here?
Yeah.
Aha. Perfect. Thank you. Ooh. Here? Is this good? The feedback, I think it's now gone. All right. So now we have about, so chapters, why is this? Chapters 11 through 14.4. And we're looking about 13 to 15 problems. We are looking at, well, it's 2 hours. We will meet in our regular room by the bookstore, right? And we know the time, 7 a.m., right? Everyone's happy? Of course. 7 a.m. That means you're not going to sleep, right? It's like study through all night and then come in brain dead in the morning and just mess everything up, right? Sounds about right. Okay. The homework online will stay open till midnight after the final. So you are looking into the, just make sure there are no zeros on the homework because that's the way to hurt your grade. And that's that. So after the final, you still have about 12 hours, more than 12 hours to enjoy. Calculus 3. Now, when you look at your syllabus, syllabus is not, the learning outcomes are not too good in terms of, being very descriptive. Pretty much learning outcome 1 says chapter 11, learning outcome 2, chapter 12, and learning outcome 3, chapter 13, and then learning outcome 4 is Green's theorem. So there you go. So we actually have to go through the detailed list. Computing with vectors. We are talking adding vectors, subtracting vectors, scalar multiplication, dot product, angle between two vectors. So all of that good stuff that we had with vectors. So computing with vectors is one of the big things. Then we have, after computing with vectors, I'm going to single out dot product plus cross product, because those two are big hitters, and again, angle between vectors, and so dot product and cross product. Wow, the resolution is really bad. Why is this so terrible? 720. There we go. Look at that. Good. So now, after the dot product and cross product, we'll talk about line, which is straight line. We have the equation of the line, the parametric equation of the line. Then we have vector-valued functions. This is the position, velocity, acceleration stuff. You integrate. This was all on your first exam, all of these. 4. We want to know about the unit tangent, normal, and curvature. So this is the entire list for chapter 11. So you need to know formula for dot product, formula for cross product, formula for angle between two vectors, equation of the line, and then vector valued functions. That's just vector valued function is the one with R, and then you have the three functions inside, right? We had that vector valued function given to us also in chapter 13 for the curve C, right? So that's our vector valued function, and then you can take derivatives of it and integrals of it and so on. And then what is the formula for unit tangent vector? It's r prime over magnitude of r prime. Unit normal vector, it's unit tangent prime divided by the magnitude of the unit tangent prime. The curvature, right? So those are the formulas. You have about, I would say, 10, 15 formulas in chapter 11. Then we are moving on to chapter 12. We are looking in chapter 12, maybe, right, into the multiple choice to pick the shapes, right? So shapes, you did have this, I believe, on exam 2, where you had to pick the surface against the equation and the equation against surface, whatever is given. So shapes, that's 12.1. Shapes with formulas, So you know, now we're only looking at the basic ones. You don't have to go and, you know, you have those 6 basic ones. That's it. You should know them by now. We have a plane, equation of the plane. Now we have limits, especially two paths that show does not exist. Then we have, what else? So limits, then we have partial derivatives. So we have partial derivatives and, partial derivatives, and then we have, you're welcome, chain rule, directional derivatives, is there anything else interesting in? Well, of course, we have min, max, and Lagrange. Anything else before that? Approximation, and then mass. Chapter 14, compute